Hello, Steve White, Steve White 39. Well, some sad news. I was watching a Spectre Creative video, and apparently his sources, and apparently he's connected. He has some independent sources, and they all are saying that the Masters Universe Origins line and the Masterverse line are ending. Now, it's not a huge shock because most of us knew that Mattel had only licensed, or the license was running out basically in 2023, and the assumption was that they would stop making Origins and Masterverse unless something drastic changed. The license would be reverting back to Universal, and that would be the end of it. But they were talking like things were just going to continue. There was no sort of mention of anything ending, and I thought maybe they'd found some way to continue the line in agreement with Universal, at least for a while, to sort of wind it down. I was sort of expecting maybe it sort of just wind down over the year, and we get some sort of announcement and a bit of advance notice, knowing that like the last lines were being released or something like that. But no, apparently a email went out back in October to let everyone know on the inside that the lines were ending, and the last lot of stock, the last waves that would be going out would be in April, and then it would be over. So why is this happening? Well, it's fairly simple. Although Mattel created He-Man, they sold the rights to Classics, and then they sold it to DreamWorks, and DreamWorks is owned by Universal. So now that license that Marvel negotiated is ending in, well, now 2023, they're reverting back to Universal, and they're going to, I guess, make their own products. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, so I'm a little sad. I've really enjoyed the Origins line because I didn't really jump on the Classics line, and really because I didn't like the size difference, and it really wasn't until I saw the Super 7 figures, which were alternate versions and based on the Filmation figures and everything, that I kind of got interested. But I still didn't want to get on the train. I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. But then when I saw the Origins line, and I got a sense that it was actually going to be widely distributed and might be quite extensive, I sort of thought, if you don't start now, you're going to get really far behind. It's going to be really expensive to catch up. So I just went for it. I went and looked for all the Super 7 figures and got all the ones I wanted, and then started collecting the Origins ones, and I caught up in the first couple of waves, and then I got to watch each wave come out and have this sort of anticipation and excitement to see what they do next, and then see what was announced, and then find them and order them and wait for them to arrive, and then pick them up and open them, and just the whole collecting experience. And it was really nice to be collecting Masters of the Universe again for a couple of years. I managed to get 29 figures, which is what is here in front of you now. It's my little collection, and then there's 4 other He-Man and Skeletor figures, the Battle Armor and Flying Fists and Terracolor Skeletors, because it just seemed a bit redundant to have like 6 He-Man and Skeletors in my little display here. But yeah, so I mean, I'm a little bit relieved because I wouldn't have stopped. I would have kept buying them as long as they were making them. And there's still a few I would like them to have done, and still a few that I don't have. Some of the Filmation characters, some of the comic characters. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a little side collection of Classics figures just to have those characters, but just have those in that scale, because it's going to bug me. I want all the rest, and I'm not going to start down that because there's so many of them, and they're all very expensive, especially now, and especially since I could have bought them at the time for a lot cheaper. So I'll have to settle for what they've done with Origins and Super 7, I guess. But it'd be nice if Universal kind of picked up where Origins left off and kept sort of doing what they were doing. But who knows what they're going to do next. And like I said, I'm sad that it's ending. I'm sad that there's 4 or 5 more that I don't have that I'll have to order and wait for them to arrive and go through that sort of process one sort of last time. But after that, it's pretty much going to be done. There's only about 5 more that I want, but I'll probably end up going back and looking over the other lines, the other waves that I sort of thought, I don't need this, and since they're sort of it, because I was sort of thinking, well, there'll be other ones I want more that are more important. I'll probably end up going back and collecting some of the ones I didn't think I was going to get, because I thought the line was going to go a bit longer. I thought they'd do a few more. But I also heard that they were ending in 2023. And I was expecting to hear something, and then when I didn't, I sort of thought, well, maybe they've found some way to continue the license for a bit longer and they're going to wind it down and we'll have a bit of time. We'll hear about final lines and so forth. But there's some speculation they didn't sell well enough. There's some speculation that, kids didn't get into them. It was mostly just the adult collectors. Suggestions that they went through the high tooling figures first and so forth. I mean, they left those to last and they went through the easier ones. And the ones that people wanted, and that they could have been more organised with how they rolled them out, but that might have affected how well they sold, but wouldn't have affected when the license ended, so we probably wouldn't have got any different. But yeah, that's it. It's done. There's a few more to come, and then I guess we see what's next. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.